What's up, guys? It is Hot Wheels Tournaments. Welcome to what is becoming a yearly video where we rank the year's Super Treasure Hunts. Today we are taking a look at 2025 A through QK Super Treasure Hunts. We're going to give them a grade A through F. As always, these are my opinions. Please don't get offended if I don't like your favorite. It is my opinion. You are always entitled to your own, and feel free to drop it in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's take a look at this year's Super Treasure Hunt lineup. We began with the A-Case Audi Quattro, the 1987 Audi Quattro to be specific. We began with the highlights. First off, the color on this thing is beautiful. The Spectraflame green on this one really pops. It's fantastic. I really like the pairing of the 10-spoke wheels with it. This is a good casting. It's a well-executed Hot Wheels casting, but unfortunately, it's not an all-time Hot Wheels casting, and that's really what's holding this model back here. I've made it pretty clear that I think clean, plain Super Treasure Hunts, while having a high floor and often looking pretty good, have a pretty low ceiling. Unless they are an all-time desirable car or Hot Wheels casting, they really, don't move the needle. They look good, they're fun to find, but they're not must-haves. And that's the case with this Audi Quattro. It's a good casting, but it's not the best casting. It's not my favorite Audi. It's not my favorite German car. It's not my favorite Hot Wheels car. And because of that, it's a pretty low ceiling on what I think it can get here. And that's a B. I think this car is as well executed as it possibly can be, but to be fair, there are more exciting Audis, and there have been more exciting Audi Super Treasure Hunts. We then moved to B case, which was the Hero Hada Merc, and you'll notice it is also in a striking color, the Spectraflame Purple, another one that when you have in hand, it really jumps out at you. The combination of the Spectraflame Purple with the Spectraflame Silver striping and flames on the side, and then those big disc wheels make it really pop. Definitely one that is way better to see in person in hand. That gets thrown a lot with supers. That's a common phrase people say about them. This one, that is truly the case. You want to have this one in hand to really appreciate it. And that's one of the things I've appreciated about the Super Treasure Hunt line this year. I think they have all had the extremely fun, bright colors, a lot of really creative and cool designs. The creativity with the colors and the designs and the things they've done with the castings has been at an all-time high. I'm really happy with the Super Treasure Hunt line, and I'm really happy with this Hero Hada Merc. Like I said, it pops. It feels like a classic Hot Wheels Super. It feels like something that genuinely elevates the basic model. The basic model this year in kind of the purple pink was whatever. This Super, really fun. Really wanted to find this one. Had to trade for it, but I give it an A minus. Just the color, the wheel combination, it elevates this car incredibly well. It's a cool casting. It's a cool concept. Well executed by the design team. Definitely an A minus here. From there, we moved to C Case, which was the High Roller 2, which is a Hot Wheels generic, a play on something like a Rolls Royce. And as with any generic Super Treasure Hunt, it's going to be facing an uphill battle. Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunts are made for collectors. Hot Wheels generics are typically more made for kids. So when you make a generic a Super Treasure Hunt, you typically have two opposite sides of the hobby kind of going against each other of sorts. And while the High Roller 2 tried to do something cool with its execution compared to its mainline counterpart, in this case, the black color on the High Roller 2 Super would be white on the Hot Wheels Basic, and the black color on the Hot Wheels Basic would be white on the Super Treasure Hunt. They're inverse of each other, which is a cool idea on paper. It doesn't really come across here for two reasons. A, it's a generic. It's a mainline. Most collectors have no interest in buying a mainline generic. I found this one in store. I had no interest in getting the mainline generic version. And B, the colors chosen to be used here. They are white and black, which are notoriously the two colors that translate worst to Spectraflame. Trying to do black Spectraflame often doesn't come out quite right, and white is basically impossible to tell when it's Spectraflame. When you combine them both and use them for a Super Treasure Hunt and then try to make them Spectraflame, it really doesn't work. This one's pretty underwhelming. It's generic. It doesn't look great. The colors don't look great. It's a pretty ugly casting with an ugly execution, and for that reason, it gets a D. It doesn't elevate over the main line. It looks like the exact same thing outside of the wheels for the most part. Hot Wheels rebounded from that High Roller 2 disaster quickly, though, with the DK Super Treasure Hunt, the 1976 Datsun Sunny truck. This for me, so far, I have seen 8 of the supers in hand. I've seen all of them with pictures online. This is by far my favorite one. Now, maybe I could get one in hand that will change my mind, but this is my favorite super of the year. The color. I mentioned it before. The colors on some of the supers this year are fantastic. The Datsun Sunny is no exception. This deep blue, almost purple, I don't know what you want to call it, pops. You combine it with that gold and red detailing, those gold wheels, and it looks fantastic. This is a slam dunk A. It really elevates itself over the mainline. The mainline is kind of this whatever green with gray wheels, but this blue with gold wheels is just incredible. Not to mention, it gets extra change deco. That Japanese lettering you see on the side is not present on the mainline. On the mainline, it's in English. It is Japanese on the Super Treasure Hunt, so an extra detail, an extra thing to make the Super Treasure Hunt unique. It's a cool casting. It's got great colors. It's got great execution. It's got some deco that puts it above and beyond. This is what supers can be. This is what supers should be. A. From there, we moved to the Aston Martin DB4 GT High Speed Edition, which was the EK Super Treasure Hunt. This is the Hot Wheels Aston Martin concept car that they collabed on in 164. Not a car in real life, but the Aston Martin team teamed up with Hot Wheels to design what they thought a salt flat racer from the 60s or 70s would look like if Aston Martin had decided to build one. That makes it a very, very cool casting. I really like it. I really like the gold choice for this one. I think gold, I'm usually more critical of gold silvers than most people are. I think the gold Spectraflame oftentimes looks tacky and not that great and doesn't really elevate a car. But with something that has just such a unique vibe like this Aston Martin Salt Racer, concept car does, I think gold looks really good with it, particularly when you pair it with these moon disc wheels, the lickety split lettering, that drag racing type font and numbering. It looks really cool. The black striping is good. I think they executed this one to the best of their abilities. I'm going to give it a B. I think there was a ceiling to this one. I think they reached their ceiling. I think it's well executed. It's not going to be an all-timer for me, but it's something I can appreciate. I'm glad they did it. I think it is a very worthy super treasure hunt. From there, we moved to F Case, which was the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. And I will cut straight to the chase with this one. I really don't like it. Look, the Jeep Gladiator is not my favorite casting. It did not inspire a lot of hope. I think it's big and Hot Wheelsified and not in a good way. And when you give it Spectre Flame Black, which is a pretty dull color, and then a neon orange base, you're going to have the opposite effect of what you want. Instead of focusing on the brilliant Spectraflame color as we do with most supers, our eyes are drawn immediately to that neon orange plastic base. And all I can think about with this casting is all the plastic that is on it. The plastic base, the plastic motorcycles in the back, the wheels, while yes, are huge off-road wheels and should look sick, blend in with the Spectraflame black. It really is not good. It's not well executed, and for that reason, I give it a D. Its redeeming qualities, I love to see a licensed livery. I love to see Nito on here, but I wish they would have done something more inspiring with the colors, more inspiring with the casting choice. This one was just not good. I was not that thrilled when I pulled it out of my F case. From there, we moved to G-Case, which brought us the Porsche 911 Rally, a very worthy casting of being a super treasure hunt. It's got the name in Porsche, and it has the incredibly unique and cool aspect of being a Porsche rally car, something that you don't see too awesome, and it's a well-executed casting. I have mixed feelings on this one. I love the Spectre Flame green paint. I love the brown wheels. I think they pair very nicely. Initially, I was unsure of this combo when I saw photos, but after having it in hand and finding it, I think they pair super nicely together. My issue comes with the deco. It is a generic deco, and I think it is uninspired and uninteresting. Porsche has a rich racing heritage. Hot Wheels has shown they love to pay tribute to racing heritages, and this would have been a great chance to do so. As far as I've been able to find in my research and comments on what this casting is, I have not been able to find any relation to old racing cars that this might pay tribute to. Instead, it's a generic deco, and it doesn't do anything very interesting. And for that reason, it gets a B from me. I think it's a great casting. I think it's a great color. I think it's got great wheels. The aspects of a fantastic super treasure hunt are there, but the deco falls a little bit short, and for that reason, it ends up just being good. It's a B super treasure hunt. I'm happy to have it. It's a great casting, but it doesn't do anything to send it into the A plus territory. From there, we move to H case with the 1971 Mustang Funny Car. I love this super. I think it is so cool. It's a casting, but the execution on it is incredible. I'll tell you right now, I graded a B plus. It's a C casting with an A plus execution. Let's talk about execution first. First of all, Spectre Flame Red, Hot Wheels bread and butter. There's never been a red super that looks bad. The white detailing looks great with the striping. The something funny I think is great on the side. The gold wheels pair super nicely with it. But the cherry on top, the fantastic thing here, the thing I am so excited to see, and the reason I'm so high on this casting is the tampoed rear wheel rider. This is something I've been asking for a while now. Hot Wheels used to do it on their super treasure hunts. The last one fittingly to have a tampered wheel rider was a Mustang. It was the 69 Mustang 3 or 69 Mustang Boss 302. That was all the way back in 2015. It has been 10 years since we have seen a tampered wheel rider on a super treasure hunt. Hot Wheels has done so many cool drag cars, so many cool funny cars as super treasure hunts, but they've all been missing that one detail that really separates it, which is a Tampa Real Rider. When it's all black, it just looks like this void. It looks like a black hole that's just sucking all the light and attention away from a fantastic casting. It's missing that one detail. This one has it, and it takes it from a good, a well executed super to a fantastic super, a perfectly executed super. This thing is A plus execution. It's what a super should be. Is it the most interesting casting? No. Unfortunately, the best funny cars, the best drag cars Hot Wheels has to offer are in premium. And that's because those cars are so complex, so difficult to execute that they become more expensive and they just end up in the premium line. This one's still good. It's still great. It's still worth having. I was so excited when I pulled it out of my H case. I could not believe it. It looks great. Great super from the Hot Wheels team. Love it. From there, we move to J case. And are you noticing a theme? It was 10 years between super treasure hunts that got Goodyear tampos on the rear wheel. After they did it again, it took one case for Hot Wheels to say, why aren't we going to not do that again? And they did it again with the 62 Corvette gasser. This thing is sick. First of all, casting, great choice. This is one of those castings when it came out a few years ago, you knew it was going to be a super treasure hunt. I saw it. It was cool. It's Hot Wheelsified, but in a good way. Not like the Jeep Gladiator with all the plastic and the motorbikes and nothing interesting going on. This is way cooler. This is the exact opposite direction. You take a legendary car in the Corvette, you put a blown engine underneath its hood, you stance it up, you put some beefy rear tires on it, turn it into a drag racing car, and it looks sick, and it is fantastic here. You get all the sponsors on it. This thing looks like it's racing on a drag strip right now. It has all the cool sponsors. It's got the number. The black and yellow scheme is good. And honestly, my only beef with this casting is it's Spectre Flame Black. I think the black looks great. The only problem is Spectre Flame Black doesn't pop, and you want your supers to pop. But outside of that, it's really well done. It has the Goodyear Tampa on the rear tire, like it should. You even get the Eagle on it as well. It's Goodyear and Eagle. You get the Goodyear Eagle all the way around. It's fantastic. It's a B plus. It's a B plus. It's a great super. It's a fantastic casting choice. It's fantastically executed. My only issue is it's black. It doesn't pop enough to be an A minus, A plus super, but it's well executed, and I'm really hopeful that I find this one because it is sweet. After all the chaos of back-to-back drag racing cars, Hot Wheels had to say pump the brakes. They said that's a lot of deco, that's a lot of bright colors, that's a lot of chaos. Let's go with something sleeker, more refined, and slow down, but also speed up because we're going the hypercar route with the McLaren Speedtail, which is cool enough. It is the first McLaren to ever be a Hot Wheels Super Treasure, which is also why it confuses me. There are some legendary McLarens. Think about the McLaren F1, the McLaren P1. You have the new McLaren W1, the next generation of the legendary McLaren hypercar line. You know what car doesn't come to mind when you think of legendary McLarens? The Speedtail. And yet, for some reason, it's the first one they decide to make a Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt. I think that's a little weird. I love McLaren. I would have preferred it if Hot Wheels went a different route. The Speedtail is not the best real car, but is a fantastic Hot Wheels car. They capture the curves, the lines of it great. They go with this signature McLaren burnt orange and Spectre Flame, which looks fantastic. The 10-spoke wheels look good here, and it gets a B. Look, the thing that's holding this car back is it's not a legendary McLaren. If this was the F1, if this was a P1, in these colors with those wheels, it would be an instant A in my book. Unfortunately, it is just not the most interesting McLaren in the world, and for that reason, it's a good super. I think people are going to like this one. I think they're going to be happy to find it. I would love to find it, but it's not going down in any record books as the most desirable Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt. It's not going to be selling for $200 on eBay. It's a fine choice. It's a good choice. It's a good super, but let's leave it at that. Hot Wheels obviously loves going back to back. After going back to back with drag racing cars, they go back to back with clean and sleek supers. And while this Speedtail felt like an odd choice, this one does not. This is the Bugatti EB110, the Bugatti that put modern Bugatti hypercars on the map. And boy, oh boy, is this thing a stunner. The Spectre Flame purple pops. It looks fantastic. And some of you might be saying, that's tacky. That's weird. Nobody would ever get an EB110 in that color. And to that I say, you're wrong. This was a spec for the EB110. This car exists in this color in real life, and it looks great. It looks even better in Spectre Flame as a Hot Wheels. Those supercar rims in gray pair very, very nicely, and it is a fantastic. It is A minus in my book. This thing is close to an A. It's close to an A plus, but I don't think it's going to be the must have. I think people are going to want it. I think it's going to be very popular, but I don't think it's going down as an all-time legendary casting. Nonetheless, it is a great executed model, it is a great executed super, and I really hope to find this thing. It is probably number one on my want list for this year. If you went through the entire super treasure hunt from A to Q for the 2025 year, this, the LK Super Treasure Hunt, would be first on my list of supers that I want. From there, we move to M Case, which is a bit of an odd pick with the 1973 Honda Civic. Look, don't get me wrong, Hot Wheels loves their Honda Civics and they love to make them supers. This is just not one of the more popular ones. This 1993 Honda Civic is from before the JDM craze era, before the Honda Civic was a super powered car that could be modified and turned into a street racing legend. This is still back in the day when it was just your daily commuter to get around Tokyo. And this one is a little bit of Hot Wheelsified. It's turned into a racer, but it's relatively uninspired here. The Spectre Flame Red looks good, but the Honda badging and lettering with the black number 3, it just doesn't scream super treasure hunt. You have racing stripes on the side, but not on the hood and the roof. It's just, it feels uninspired. It feels like they're like, oh, M Case needs a super. What should it be? They drew a name out of the hat, and it was this car. It's okay. It's fine. It's a C plus. I think it'll look good, but it's not going to be anything notable. And in a couple of years, it's going to be fairly forgettable. From there, we move to N Case, and the Dodge Charger finally gets its chance in the sun as a super treasure hunt. We've seen the Dodge Challenger be a super treasure hunt multiple times, but now its brother, its partner in crime, gets its chance to shine, and it is sporting that signature Dodge Red in a Spectre Flame paint. As I have mentioned, Spectre Flame Red never misses. Any car, even the Honda Civic we just looked like, can look good in it. But when you combine it with that SRT badging, some black and white striping, some blacked out wheels, oh my goodness, does this thing look awesome? Does this thing look menacing? And it is a deserving A in my book. I think this is a well executed casting. I think it is an important car. I think it is a cool car. I think it is a culturally relevant car in terms of car culture. And to get it in these colors with this striping, it looks fantastic. This is a must have, regardless of what you collect. In my book, it looks fantastic. From there, we move to P Case, which is the BMW M3 Wagon. This is the modified wagon that they released in 2024. My only beef with this Super Treasure Hunt is I don't love the casting. It's cool. It's unique. I don't think it's the most interesting BMW Hot Wheels has in the lineup. And for that reason, it makes me a little mad it's sporting the deco it sports because it is incredibly inspired. BMW has a rich racing history with Michelin as a sponsor. That hexagon circle pattern you see on the hood and on the side is a very common BMW racing livery as well. You combine those two, you put a beautiful Spectraflame green on a car. It should be a slam dunk A plus even. It's just not on the most interesting BMW. I would have preferred to see them lean into their deep bag of M series cars or racing cars that they have. I just think this M3 wagon, it's modified, it's cool, it's unique. I just don't love that it gets the BMW racing livery. It's not a racing car, it's a modified car, it's a tuned up car. If it's going to be a super treasure hunt, maybe throw a different deco on it. I respect the effort. It's still a good super. It's a great color, it's an interesting casting, it's got inspired heritage behind it. That's everything I want in a super treasure hunt. I just don't think they found the right combination here. So it gets a B plus. I think it's going to be a good super, but it's not going to go down as an all-timer. This deco had to be on a different BMW in order for that to be the case, in my opinion. And last but not least is Q Case with the Ford RS200 and a beautiful Golf deco. The Golf deco always looks great as a super treasure hunt. The baby blue Spectraflamed, it's incredible. It is unbelievable. It is so cool to look at in person. The orange striping, the iconic heritage. Ford has a rich history with the Golf deco. We've seen a lot of racing Ford sport it. Obviously, the Ford GT being the most notable. We got that incredible Ford GT Super probably 5 years ago at this point in Golf deco. It's great. This is a great sequel to it. It's a great addition to the Golf Super Treasure Hunt collection, of which there are 4, 5, or 6 or so now with this RS200. And it looks fantastic. And it gets an A minus. I have one beef. We're so close to perfection here. I think it's great. The Ford RS200 is a cool car. It's a unique car. Putting in Golf deco with Ford's racing livery with it, racing heritage with it, looks great. The only issue, the RS200, as far as I can find, never sported the Golf deco. You know what did sport the Golf deco? The Ford Escort RS200. We're missing one word there. We're missing one part of the car there. And for that reason, it's not an A or A plus. I want the accuracy. If we're that close, if we're making a Ford RS200 Super Treasure Hunt in Golf deco, make it the Ford Escort RS200. But either way, it's a fantastic casting. It's a fantastic deco. They go great together. This thing is going to be a great super treasure hunt. I really hope I find it. It's definitely top 3 on the year in my opinion. I'm just being picky at this point. I know I'm complaining a lot. You all will let me know in the comments. I just want the best from supers. All in all, it's a really solid year for supers. I don't think there's any slam dunks. I don't think there's any all-time supers in this group. But this 2025 Super Treasure Hunts look fantastic. There's 1 or 2 misses, but outside of that, they're for the most part really well executed. A lot of B pluses, A minus, A supers that you can go out and find in stores this year. And I'm really excited. I've already completed everything through the Porsche for this year. We'll continue on down the line. Me personally, this Ford RS200 and the Bugatti EB110 are the ones I'm most excited for. Let me know what supers you found for this year down in the comments below. It's a good year. I complained a lot. It's a really good year. It's a really strong year. It's missing the one slam dunk home run legendary super, but not every super can be that way. Otherwise, they'd have no value. That's all for now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Peace.